The Shek Report, with Dave Damashek reporting.
Damashek here. Week 11 in the NFL was a thin slice of heaven. Now it's my job to bring us all back to earth. Just remember, players and coaches, don't get angry at me if I call your name. Ultimately, I didn't put you on this list. You put you on this list. Let it begin. At number 5, all the dome teams. All around football America in Week 11, there was wind, rain, muck, mire. In other words, it was perfect. Chicago had a tornado warning, and the Bears fans still showed up. And what a treat they got in return. Look at that field. It's glorious. Meantime, here in L.A., nothing but sunshine. See, we ain't tough enough for pro football. You know who else ain't tough enough? The dome teams. I know the home dome Saints won, but they didn't deserve to win. And the first place Lions lost to an inferior Steelers team. Why? Because they were scared to be outside.
Don't say I'm scared.
Okay, take it easy, tough guy.
Y'all say whatever you want about me.
Okay, thank you. I'll say this then. As an NFC North team, you should be about as proud to call the domed Ford Field home as Toronto is to call this Ford their mayor. At number 4, NBC's coverage of the Chiefs-Broncos game. Peyton's ankles were almost as hyped as a Peyton v. Eli game, or a Har Bowl, or a Ryan Bowl. So where was the hype for the Colquitt Bowl? Broncos punter Dustin versus Chiefs punter Britton. Where was the heartwarming home video of the two brothers kicking his kids? Where were the cutaways to their proud but nervous father, Craig, a former NFL punter himself? I don't need to see Tiger and Lindsay. I'm sure we'll have plenty of time to see their superhuman offspring dominate multiple sports round about 2035. In the meantime, though, I want more on the leg duel between the brothers Colquitt. At number 3, the weekend's many strange duos, starting off with this one.
That's an interesting situation.
Interesting indeed. Then there was the battle for Ohio, a.k.a. the Orange Bowl. My TV's 10 will never be right again after all the orange in Cincy. By the way, it is not a coincidence that game was won by a ginger-haired QB. And in Pittsburgh, it was the least rugged-sounding matchup ever between a boy named Sue and a guy named Whimper. It's more ineffectual even than that Week 7 showdown between Flowers and Posey. Oh, and one more weird matchup. A certain former Broncos, Jets, and Patriots quarterback and Crocs. Matter of fact, Crocs on any grown man are a bad idea. And how about the ball security there, Timmy? Shame on you, fella. At number 2, Lions QB Matt Stafford, who apparently throws passes only Calvin Johnson can catch. Look, I get it, Matt. He's a sublime target. But you gotta hook up with some other guys. And right now, you're either throwing it too hard or putting some kind of weird English on it. I'm tempted to blame the receivers, except that Steelers corner Ike Taylor couldn't catch Stafford's passes either. Shame on you, Matt. Oh, and a quick fashion note from yours truly, the uniform monitor. If you don't like the Steelers' jailbreak get-ups, you are wrong. And that brings me to number 1, and this week's Bob Marley Award for not worrying about a thing, including having your dreads forcibly pulled out of your head, goes to Cardinals runner Andre Ellington. Yes, I hail the NFL's leading rusher Shady McCoy for this, but it was trumped by Ellington and the handful of his hair yanked out by Jags defender Jason Babin. He held it up a la Schwarzenegger at the end of Conan. But did Ellington cry about it? No. Instead, he tweeted this. Hair is all good, nothing serious. We won, blah, blah, blah. Nothing serious? You had part of you ripped off. I hope at the very least Coach Arians is going to loan you one of his Kangos. I know it's not the greatest look, but at least it's not as ugly as the Jaguars helmets, which deserve to be covered up with this. It's the brown paper bag of shame. Yuck, but ultimately still better than those Jags helmets. Till next week, try not to embarrass yourselves. Seriously, Tim, Crocs, you're a grown-up.
Shek.